So, welcome everyone, and thank you. Thank you for listening. Now, today we are going to do something profound. We are going to explore our ancestral lineages, the mother line and the father line. We are going to do some healing work with both. So, this is sacred territory. These are rivers of life that flow through you. The thousands of people who lived and loved and struggled and survived so that you could exist. And their stories live in your cells. Their strengths and their wounds echo through your life in ways you may never recognize. In my work as a family constellation facilitator, I have witnessed again and again how powerful it is to consciously connect with these lineages, to acknowledge what was carried, to receive what was given, and to release what was never ours to hold in the first place. So today I'll share some understanding about what each line carries, and then we'll move into the healing journey for the mother line and the father line. You don't need any experience with anything to be here. You don't need to know your family history for anything to work. You don't need names, you don't need stories. The connection is in your body, it's in your blood, and it's in your being. So let's begin. So before we dive in, let me explain what I mean when I talk about the mother line and the father line. So your mother line is the unbroken chain of mothers stretching back through time. Your mother, her mother's mother, and so on. Generation after generation after generation of women who gave birth to the next, all the way back to prehistory. Now this line carries particular gifts and particular wounds, particular patterns and particular strengths. And similarly, your father line is the corresponding chain of fathers. Your father, his father's father, generation after generation of men whose lives made your life possible. And this line carries its own distinct patterns, its own gifts, and its own wounds. Now I want to be clear about something. When I speak of the mother line and the father line, I'm not speaking about gender in any prescriptive or limiting way. These are simply archetypal energies as much as biological lineages. So the mother line carries what we might call the maternal stream. Now think about it, feel into it, nurturing, feeling, receiving, intuition, and the inner world. And similarly, the father line carries what we might call the paternal stream, structure, action, protection, and presence in the world. So every person, regardless of their gender, carries both streams. Every person has a mother line and a father line flowing through them, and every person can benefit from healing work with both. Now the question is not whether these lineages affect you, with or without you knowing they do. The question is whether that influence remains unconscious or becomes something you can work with consciously. Now in family constellation work, we observe something remarkable, that families operate as systems. And these systems have their own kind of memory. Events that happened generations ago, wars, migrations, early deaths, secrets, traumas, they continue to ripple forward through the family line. And later generations often unconsciously carry material that doesn't belong to them. Now, this happens through what we call hidden loyalties, out of love, a deep unconscious love for the family system. So, to simplify it, we take on the unfinished business of those who came before us. And before your conscious mind says, why the hell would I do that? Go back to that word, unconscious. So, on a soul level, we all carry deep unconscious love for our family system. Breathing with these words. A grandmother who died in childbirth and was never properly grieved. A grandfather who was lost to war and was never spoken of again. An aunt who was shunned from the family for practicing witchcraft. A great uncle who took his own life and became a secret. So, when family members are excluded, forgotten, or their fates are not acknowledged, the system becomes unbalanced. And someone in a later generation, often without any conscious knowledge, will attempt to represent that person, to carry their grief, to repeat their pattern, to balance the system through their own lives. Now, this might show up as depression that doesn't respond to treatment, unexplainable anxiety, patterns of self-sabotage, relationship dynamics that repeat again and again and again and again, miscarriages, a persistent feeling of carrying something heavy that you cannot even name. Now, the healing comes when we see the dynamics clearly, honor what needs to be honored, and return what isn't ours to carry. Or to simplify it, the healing happens when the unconscious becomes conscious. Now, if any of this is resonating, let's now specifically look at the mother line. So the mother line is the stream of feminine energy flowing through your ancestry. And it carries very particular gifts: intuition, emotional intelligence, the capacity to nurture, receptivity, the ability to hold and contain, connection to the body and its wisdom, relationship with cycles and seasons and the natural world. So when the mother line is healthy and flowing, we have access to these gifts. We can receive, we can feel, we can trust our intuition. We have a sense of belonging, of being held by something larger than ourselves. And we know in our bones that we have a right to be here, right to take up space, and right to exist. But the mother line also carries particular wounds. Throughout history, now women have faced unique challenges: loss of children, loss of autonomy, violence, silencing, abuse, suppression of their voices and power. Many of our grandmothers and great-grandmothers live lives constrained by circumstances we can't even imagine. And their grief, their rage, and also their unfulfilled longings, these often went unexpressed and unprocessed. And they got passed down. So when the mother line is wounded, and I'm not saying it's the case for you, we might struggle to receive love, help, and nourishment. We might feel fundamentally unwelcome in the world, as if we don't quite have permission to exist. We might have a difficult relationship with our own mother or with motherhood itself. We might feel disconnected from our bodies, from our feelings, and our intuition. So, some very common, but not all, motherline wounds include a sense of not being wanted, difficulty with self-nurturing, fear of being too much or not enough, patterns of over-giving until depletion, disconnection from feminine power, complicated relationships with food and the body, and difficulty trusting the feminine in oneself or others. Does any of this resonate with you? Now let's turn to the father line. The father line is the stream of masculine energy flowing through your ancestry, and it carries its own particular gifts, presence, strength, the capacity to protect, provide, the ability to take action in the world, structure, boundaries, and the blessings that says you have what it takes. So when the father line is healthy and flowing, we have access to a sense of inner authority. We can act. We can protect ourselves and others. We have healthy boundaries. We feel supported, like there's a strong back behind us, a lineage of strength we can lean into. We have what we need to go out into the world and create. But similar to the mother line, the father line carries its own wounds. Throughout history, men have faced particular challenges, wars that took them away or destroyed them, expectations that cut them off from their feelings, the pressure to provide at the cost of presence, violence they witnessed or perpetrated even, and the inability to express tenderness in cultures that didn't permit it. Many of our grandfathers and great-grandfathers were shaped by experiences they never spoke about. Wars, famines, migrations, losses. They did what they had to do to survive, often at the cost of their emotional aliveness, their capacity for intimacy, and their connection to their own hearts. Now, these wounds too got passed down. So when someone's father line is wounded, they might struggle with authority, either unable to claim it. We might feel unsupported, like we have to do everything alone. We might have difficulty with boundaries, with action, and with moving forward in the world. We might carry anger that we don't even understand, or a grief that doesn't have a story attached to it. Some very common father line wounds include a sense of not being safe or protected, difficulty trusting support, fear of one's own power or aggression, absent or emotionally unavailable father patterns repeating, struggles with success or visibility, difficulty taking up space in the world, and a persistent feeling of being alone, even in company. Does any of this land or resonate? So what actually helps? What creates healing in these ancestral streams? Now, in my experience, several movements are extremely powerful. Acknowledgement, So much ancestral pain comes from not being seen. So when we turn towards our lineage and simply acknowledge what happened, the struggles, the losses, the difficult fates, something shifts. It's as if our ancestors have been waiting to be witnessed. I see you. I see what you went through, and your life mattered. Powerful statements. Then taking our rightful place. Now, in family systems, there is an order. Each generation has its place. And problems often arise when we step out of our place. When we try to carry things that belong to previous generations, or when we unconsciously try to save or fix our ancestors. Healing comes when we can take our place as a child of our parents, as the grandchild of our grandparents, and receiving from them rather than trying to give to them. Then we return what isn't ours. We can lovingly return the burdens we've been carrying on behalf of our ancestors. Not throwing them back, offering them back with respect. This grief belongs to you. This fate is yours, not mine. I have been carrying it, but I give it back now with love. Then we receive the gifts. So when we are entangled in ancestral pain, we often can't receive ancestral gifts. Our energy is so bound up in the difficult material. So as these entanglements release, blessings can flow. The strength, the resilience, the love, the life force that our ancestors are longing to give us. Our ancestors don't want us to suffer. They want their line to flourish. They want their struggles to mean something. When we live fully, when we are happy, when we use our life well, we honor them. So the healing movement is receiving their blessing and being released to live our own life. Now let's do this work together. And we'll begin with the mother line. So in a moment, I'll guide you through two healing journeys. First the mother line, and then the father line. So if you're doing something that requires your full attention, driving maybe, I don't know, so please save this for later, because this work deserves your full presence. And if you can, find a comfortable position. You don't need anything special, just your willingness and your breath. Remember, you don't need to know any names or any stories. You don't need to know any detailed family history. Your body knows your story, your body knows your lineage, and your cells carry this information. So just trust what arises. Now, let me just be your guide and let my words guide you. Allow your eyes now to soften or close if you're comfortable. And just take a breath. Feel yourself arriving here, in this moment, in your body. Feel yourself arriving here, in this moment, in your body. Now begin to sense your body settling. The weight of you. The ground beneath you supporting you. Now, keeping a very, very open mind, bring your attention just to your mother. You don't need to visualize her clearly. Just sense her presence. The woman who gave you life. Whatever your relationship, whatever happened between you, she's the one through whom you came into this world. I want you to see now your mother's presence in your mind's eye. And now sense behind your mother is her mother, your grandmother. She too was once a daughter, once a child. She had her own joys and her own struggles. And she passed life to your mother, who passed it to you. And now behind your grandmother can be her mother. And you don't need to know any names, any stories, any faces. Just this knowing is enough. Your great grandmother. Perhaps you know her name, perhaps you don't. But she existed. Her life made your life possible. And now if it's not happening already, allow the line to extend back. Mother after mother after mother, female after female after female, stretching back through time, hundreds and hundreds of women, thousands, each one giving life to the next. An unbroken chain of mothers leading all the way to you. Now feel yourself standing at the front of this great line. All these women are behind you, and their lives are flowing into yours. Just by standing in the front of this line, see how you feel. How little I feel, how supported I feel, how innocent I feel, how light I feel. Now, from your heart, you can even put your hands on your heart when you say this or receive this, silently or out loud. I see you, all of you. I see your lives, your struggles, and your strength. Thank you for my life. I received it, and I take it fully. I see the grief that you carried. I honor it, and I now give it back to you. It's yours, not mine. Please take it. I don't need to carry it anymore. And if there were more women in this line who suffered, who were silenced, and who couldn't live fully, we'll say this too. I see what you couldn't have, what you couldn't say, and what you couldn't be. I honor your fate, and I will live fully for you too. Your life will mean something through mine. And after you've said this, just see how your body is responding. If I have an emotion, a feeling, a tingling, a warmth, if I have a vision, just completely trust whatever you're experiencing. And now ask this great line of mothers for their blessings. You might say this or receive this. Please bless me. Bless my life. Let your love and your strength flow to me. Please bless me. Bless my life. Let your love and your strength flow through me and to me. Now imagine their blessing flowing forward to you like a warm current, like a river of love. The strength from all these women, their resilience, their tenderness, and their capacity to nurture and to survive is flowing into you now. Just receive what they are giving and let it completely fill you. Now you can do this in your mind's eye again. When you're ready now, I want you to bow to this line now. Standing in front of this beautiful line of mothers, just bow to them. It's a bow of respect. It's a bow of gratitude. And it's a bow that says, I take my place. I am your daughter, your granddaughter. I receive my life from you, and I will honor it. Just bowing, 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 shifting, receiving. Whatever you're experiencing right now is exactly what you need from this line today. Just trust and allow. Now, just know that this connection remains. The river of mothers continues to flow through you. And over the next few hours, days, and weeks, this healing will continue for you in whatever way is right for you. Now, as you stand up from this bow, I want you to turn towards your right. Look at your right side. And now bring your attention to your father standing there. Now once again, whatever your relationship was or is, whatever happened or didn't happen between the two of you, he's the man through whom you came into this world. Sense his presence. Now behind your father, sense his father, your grandfather. He too was once a son, once a boy. He carried his own burdens, his own traumas, his own challenges. And he passed life to your father, who passed it to you. And behind your grandfather is his father, your great-grandfather. And behind him, his father, and so on, and so on, and so on. Allow this father line to extend back now, father after father after father, stretching back through time, thousands of men, each one giving life to the next. An unbroken chain of masculine leading all the way to you. Now I want you to feel yourself standing in front of this great line. All these men in front of you, starting with your father, their strength, their struggles, their lives are flowing into yours. Now once again, if you're comfortable, you can put your hand on your heart for this part. I see you, all of you. I see what you faced. I see what you survived. And I see what you sacrificed. Thank you for my life. I received it and I take it fully. Now, if there is unspoken grief in this line, wars, losses, hardships that were never processed, we'll just say this statement. I see what you carried in silence, the weight you could never put down. I honor it and I give it back to you now. This is your burden. I don't need to carry it for you. Now, if there were men in this line who couldn't express tenderness, who were hardened by circumstances, or who missed out on closeness, we might say, I see what you couldn't show, what you couldn't feel, and what you couldn't be. I honor your fate, and I will live with an open heart for you too. And whatever is happening for you right now, warmth, cold, tingling, visions, sensations, words, just be with this healing, be with this process. And now, ask this great line of fathers for their blessings. You might say, please bless me. Give me your strength. Give me your support. And let me know that you're behind me. Please bless me. Give me your strength. Give me your support. And let me know that you're behind me. And now, after this breath, imagine their blessings flowing towards you now. Like a strong current at your back, like 1,000 hands supporting you. The strength of all these men, their courage, their endurance, and their will to survive are flowing into you now. Just receive what they're giving and feel their support. And now, when you're ready, bow to this line. A bow of respect, a bow of acknowledgement, a bow that says, I take my place. I am your son, your grandson. I receive my life from you, and I will use it well. Now gently let the image of this father line fade now. But know that this connection remains, and the river of fathers continues to and will continue to support you. Take a breath now. And now in your vision, if you see, sense or feel anything, let's just imagine both the lines fade away. I have bowed and acknowledged both my mother and my father line, and I'm seeing this energy move out and out and out and out. And if I was facing them, I can turn back now. I can turn back. I can feel my body. Both lineages are now acknowledged. And I can feel both streams flowing through me from behind. Now, before we close this, just take a moment to see how it feels to feel both these lineages together. On the left side of your body, the mother line is flowing. All the nurturing, all the feeling, all the intuition, all the life-giving force. On the right side, all the strength, all the protection, the capacity to act, and presence. And you are the meeting point of these two great rivers. They come together in you and they continue through you. Feel the blessings now of both lines. Feel the support, the love, the life force, all of it is given to you. And it's yours to use now. I will live fully for myself and for all of you. Your lives will mean something through mine. Your lives will mean something through mine. One last deep breath. You breathe out. Begin to bring your attention now back to the room, back to the chair, back to the car, wherever you are. Feel your body. Feel the surface beneath you. Hear the sounds around you. Just take your time now. And when it feels right, come back. Welcome back. Now, so what you just did was significant. You turned towards your ancestors, both lines, and you made a conscious connection. You acknowledged what was carried. You offered to return what wasn't yours. You asked for a blessing and you received it. Now, this is not a one-time thing. You can return to these journeys whenever you need to. The connection is always there. The ancestors are always available. What changes is your willingness to turn towards them. I want to leave you with this thought. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Behind you stands an unbroken chain of people whose lives made your life possible. They faced things we can barely imagine, and they survived so that you could exist. And they're all cheering for you. They want you to thrive. They want their struggles to mean something to through your flourishing. So live well, love well, use your life, and that's the greatest honor you can give them. Thank you for doing this work. It matters more than you know. Thank you for being here. And until next time,
Namaste.